my friends, and welcome back to the rabbit hole. Today's video is going to be a brand review of Kate Somerville. If you remember the poll that I ran a couple of weeks ago, I asked what brands you guys would like to see me trial, and Kate Somerville actually came in second place. This was pretty surprising for me because for whatever reason, I did not plan to review this brand. I also didn't plan to be doing 2-week trials for 3 years, but life's funny sometimes. So that means this video is kind of in the style of my 2-week trials. I have been trialing quite a few of these products for the past 2 weeks, but other products I've been using for a lot longer than that. Some of them I've repurchased. So it'll certainly be a bit of a mix-up of new and old experiences, I guess. So a little bit of background on the Kate Somerville brand before we start. Apparently, Kate Somerville had some skin issues when she was a child. Her mother used some more natural type of remedies, including goat's milk, and her skin got better. So she ended up coming up with her own skincare line. She has her own clinic, but she claims that every Kate Somerville skincare product has been developed in the clinic by an experienced dermatologist, scientifically tested and scientifically proven to create dramatic results for your everyday skincare routine. My own personal experience with this brand, I chose this brand directly after I had a very bad breakout, if you saw my Derma E video, and the reason I chose this specifically after and pushed Revolution Skincare back another 2 weeks is because I knew that she has such an effective chemical exfoliation line that I knew it would help me to get rid of my acne faster, and it did. Now, because this brand does have so many chemical exfoliants, including 4 that I have in this video today, one of those was new to me, and I would say I probably used it probably 4 times total, so just keep that in mind. I don't want to overuse a chemical exfoliant for the sake of using it more. I would rather use it less and be able to give a fair review to that product. And the format that I'm going to use for today's video is I'm going to go by her categories. She has the Exfoliation Line, the Anti-aging Line, the Acne Line, and the Sensitive Line, and we'll just speak about each line on its own. Let's kick things off with her Exfoliation Line, the line with the little, the winking face on it, and I figure we should start with the bestseller. Let's go ahead and start with Exfoliate. Now, this is an exfoliating product, a chemical exfoliating product that includes lactic, glycolic, salicylic, but also kind of a lot of irritants, which made me really quite surprised to see how extraordinarily high the rating is on this product. When it comes to my own experiences with using irritants, the longer they're on my skin, the more I see the problems. So I guess I can see how this might work for what seems to be the vast majority of people. I am going to be honest though and say that it's not actually my personal favorite product from her or chemical exfoliator out there. However, I'm guessing that if you haven't tried products such as The Ordinary's 10% lactic acid, if you're not consistent with products like that, maybe using this is a game changer. So I guess I can see why it got popular, but to me, the idea of repurchasing it or continuing to use it is a little surprising. Plus, the truth is, I'm hesitant to recommend it just because of all of the irritants in it. I think that, again, like I said in the intro, I see what Kate Somerville is doing. I see her continually improving her formulas. I would like to see her take some of the irritants out of here. I'll also add that I got Ara to try this, and she said it was too painful on her skin. She does have more reactions to products than I do. I noticed that back when she had the Skin Iceland eye gel reaction, and that's one of my favorite products. So she's a little more sensitive skinned, and yeah, she did not like this at all. So in spite of all of the positive reviews on this, I don't think it's going to work for everyone out there. But I don't think it's just thousands and thousands of fake reviews, as we've heard with some other brands out there. I just think that it probably was a very needed product when it was first introduced, and in my personal opinion, there are better and cheaper options in 2019. Now this one is Kate Somerville's newer exfoliation product. It is the Liquid Exfoliate. This one is definitely the one that I would recommend over the original Exfoliate. This right here is 10% glycolic and lactic. It also contains papain and bromelain, which are enzymes. I personally really like the results of using enzymes in addition to my AHAs. It is fragrance-free, it is alcohol-free. And by the way, this is a leave-on product. You apply it to your face with a cotton ball before you finish your nighttime skincare routine, go to bed, and in the morning your skin absolutely does look much more brightened. I really do think personally that this one is a step up from Exfoliate. Let's talk about the Exfoliate cleanser next. This was the cleanser that was recommended to me when I went in for one of those Sephora skincare classes. And it did work for me. I finished off my original tube of this. I actually did not use this at all in this trial, but if you want to see a video where I do use it, I'll link that in the corner. I think it's fine. Typically, it's an AHA cleanser. Typically, I don't use these all that often. I just prefer a gentle cleanser, and then I'll add AHAs somewhere else in my routine. But some people do like to use AHAs in their cleanser. I think it's fine. I do think that it has a little bit too high of a pH to be necessarily incredibly effective, but as a cleanser, it cleanses. I would not rely on my AHAs from this product. Personally, it's a cleanser. Next up, we have the Glow Moisturizer. True story, I have not used this over the past 2 weeks. I actually used this several months ago and then set it aside. I don't think it is a bad product. I just think it is a product that is not for me. It will make perfect sense to you when I explain why. I like the idea of this. It's a squalane-based lactic acid and enzyme moisturizer, so it's giving you the more gentle form of exfoliation in your moisturizer. The sole problem with this for me is that it does contain bergamot, and we had to give my skin a break from the essential oils after the last trial, so I just didn't want to touch this one again. This is one I'll probably finish off as a hand cream, but you know, again, if you don't have that bergamot allergy like I do, this could be a favorite product for you. Let's move on to her anti-acne products next, and I'm going to be honest with you, I actually think she has some real winners in this section. I like the way that she formulates her acne-fighting products because they contain those intense anti-acne ingredients and then also these calming ingredients so that it's not, you know, painful to use her acne treatments. So let's go ahead and start with the Eradicate Daily Foaming Cleanser. As you can see, I liked this a lot. I actually found myself wanting to wash my face more than once a day, skipping my micellar water routine and just using this in the mornings. Yeah, it worked really well for me. 3% sulfur in this product. I am going to say I don't think it's necessarily necessary. I think that you could get similar results by using a gentle cleanser and then using a sulfur mask. But I certainly did enjoy using it. It just comes down to, will I pay that price for a rather drying cleanser that I do feel helped me fight my acne, but I also had to make sure to really hydrate after? Maybe. And then Eradicate. So this is the product that I did repurchase. I've used Mario Badescu's drying lotion more than this one simply because it's cheaper, but there are some differences. So I want to make sure I highlight those more than anything else while reviewing this. So, you know, both of them do contain sulfur. However, we know the percentage with Kate Somerville, and I could not say that I appreciate this more. I am so thankful to know percentages because it helps me to wrap my head around results and how much you need. The other thing that really stood out to me upon buying a second bottle of this was how high the pink sediment was in the container compared to when I first opened a brand new bottle of Mario Badescu's drying lotion. This is something I never realized before. You get more with Kate Somerville's. It is indeed $9 more, but you also get more. I'm not sure how consistent that is. It was just something that I noticed, and it's the kind of thing that makes me think, maybe I'll buy this again because I think it's actually a lot more. I actually do have a con that I'll talk about with this though, so let me maybe take you through how I use this. So when I first see the very first signs of a pimple, what I do is I put this on at night. By the next day, I have a full-blown pimple. I put this on at night, and then the following night, it is usually a fading pimple. That is a much faster cycle of acne than I have not using this. So, you know, we're basically done in two to 3 days. But truth be told, I've always pushed a little farther past that to reduce the redness associated with that now dying pimple. And I've always put it on for about 2 more nights after that. Maybe don't do that with this particular product. The reason I'm concluding that is because, you know, again, I know this is 10% sulfur and I don't know Mario Badescu's sulfur percentage, but what I actually noticed with this, and maybe you'll even be able to see it on camera now, this was the most recent pimple that I had, and there's kind of a bit of lightness around my skin from where I applied this, I guess. I can't think of anything else. I didn't spot treat with anything else. So it's surprising to me. It will fade because it faded over here, but I don't think I've had that happen with any other product. I do know that sulfur can lighten the skin. I've just never seen it happen with any other product. One more con with this, and you probably already know it. Indeed, the first ingredient in this is isopropyl alcohol. You would never want to spread this all over your face. This is for spot treatment only. You put a Q-tip in, you put that little pink dot on your face. That's all. Yes, you will be drying the skin, but the idea is you're drying the pimple as well. You kind of got to weigh the pros and cons with that. I have very dry skin, and I still love these products. So will I repurchase this or Mario Badescu's next time? Next time I'm going to buy Mario Badescu's and keep track of where the pink sediment falls in the bottle. And then, if it is lower, then I'll go back to Kate Somerville. Let's talk about her anti-aging line next. I'm going to be honest that this is probably going to be the part of the video where I'm most hard on these products because these are pricey. These are some very pricey anti-aging products. Let's start with the Wrinkle Warrior 2-in-1 Serum. I rarely like 2-in-1 products. You guys probably know this. But this particular product, it's just it feels exactly like using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Very high in dimethicone. To me, I think that makes it a better moisturizer than a serum. I just gave those reasons in my best of serums video. It's really just not a tremendously exciting formula to me. Hyaluronic acid, Sichuan pepper, essential amino acids. I just think your $95 can go so much farther. Again, this video is only my personal opinion, and yeah, you're going to get a nice locking in of moisture with the silicone, but it's just not a product for me. So then we have the Age Arrest Anti-Wrinkle Cream. If you read the description on this, it practically starts to sound like you're reading some kind of a scientific paper. A moisturizer with breakthrough TLO5 trademarked technology that supports anti-aging, targeting the appearance of wrinkles, fine lines, and the signs of aging. It's revolutionary TLO5 technology based on Nobel Prize winning research of the youthful benefits of prolonging the life of telomeres is designed to reduce the signs of aging and deliver a rejuvenated, youthful-looking complexion. But how? In my personal opinion, that is kind of a really bold claim for a moisturizer, to say a moisturizer is going to act on telomeres. I feel like at the very least, what I could say on telomere research is that we're kind of only in the beginning phases. We have not figured out how to stop aging. This should be extremely evident to every person watching this video. And I don't think that basing a product off some Nobel Prize winning research necessarily means, hey, we did it, we stopped aging. But that's really only a part of my critique with this. This product has so many potential irritants in it. You can smell it the second you open it. That is fragrant. I used it on my forehead and my neck only because I didn't want to have any further problems with my acne-prone area. I think it was fine. I really like the texture. It's a very nice, thick cream for sure. But if you go in and you read the reviews of this product, there really are a ton of 1-star reviews, and almost every one of those is expressing an allergic reaction, whether or not they know it. You know, I read a review of somebody saying they had little tiny acne. That's allergy. That kind of acne that people sometimes refer to, that is an allergy. So yes, with this particular product, I absolutely think a lot of people are going to have allergic reactions, and you can see it for yourself if you read the 1-star reviews. Was it nice to use? Yes. Are there people who are going to like it? I'm quite sure that there are. But I will not repurchase it because to me the science is just not there in terms of explaining more than just big fancy science-sounding words and too many irritants. So that's my personal opinion, but again, also not for me. So just when it sounds like I'm going to critique everything from her anti-aging line, I gotta say I actually do like this product, but this is going to be a complicated review here. So this is the bio-mimicking peptide serum. It is a newer product from Kate Somerville, and like I said in the beginning, she's listened with her newer formulations. This one has no alcohol, no fragrance, no irritants. I think a lot of people will be able to use this even if they were not able to use her other products. But let's talk a little bit about peptides. The idea behind peptides is that you apply them to your skin and they sit on the surface of your skin, kind of yelling out a signal to your cells to produce more collagen. The catch here is that, as you can maybe imagine, this isn't something that happens immediately. Your skin needs the time to listen to the signals to produce the collagen. So in general, you're told don't expect results with peptides for at least 2 to 3 months. I use the serum every single day in the mornings, 14 applications of this, and true to the science behind it, I don't feel like I saw results, but that does not mean that I don't like this product because, again, I respect the research behind it. I don't want to sit here and say, it sucks, I didn't see anything, because I know that that's not how peptides work. So the reality is, I guess I'm sitting here saying, I can't review this product because I haven't had enough time with it. I think peptides are tricky. I think that all peptide products have some amount of people in the review section who are saying it did absolutely nothing for your skin. So I think what I would tell you with, if you're thinking about adding peptides into your routine at all, is I would add them if the price doesn't make you flinch, if the knowledge in advance that you may not see the results for a long period of time doesn't bother you, but instead if you are happy with the somewhat limited research on peptides and you say, that's enough for me, I've got the money to spend, I want to do everything that I can to fight the science of aging, then yes, this actually is a good option. Do you necessarily have to spend almost $100 on a serum? Again, no, there are cheaper peptide options on the market, but in fairness to Kate Somerville, this is well formulated. We now return to me being hard on Kate Somerville's anti-aging collection because we've got to talk about this cold cream, which personally I did not like. I guess what this is Pond's cold cream at a much higher price, but mineral oil free. Just imagine for a moment if we lived in a world where we didn't demonize specifically those cheap ingredients. Mineral oil, parabens, the devil. No, we must use much more expensive ingredients, except there's nothing necessarily wrong with those ingredients. I get it, some people do not like to use those, and I assume that's what this is for, but it is so subpar to using something like Clinique's Take the Day Off. For me, if you're going to use this, you got to at least use something like Lancome's Bifacil first to remove your mascara, or you're going to have a bad day. Let's talk about her retinol products next. So we have the Retinol Vita C Power Serum. This is kind of an interesting idea here, Kate. A little bit on the controversial side because a lot of people believe that you cannot use retinol and vitamin C together. So maybe we need to have a little bit of a conversation about pH here. So they do use ascorbic acid in here, and ascorbic acid needs a low pH to be most optimal. This product, when I tested it, was at around 5.75, which is fine for the retinol portion of it, but for the vitamin C, it means you are probably not going to see as much results. Looking at the ingredients of this, the fact that ascorbic acid is probably not in this product at a very high percentage, What I would ultimately say with this is I don't think this is a vitamin C serum. I think it's a retinol serum where there's a little tiny bit of ascorbic acid at not quite the right pH to do its best. So yeah, it's a retinol. Fragrance is listed before retinol in here. I feel personally like they're either or in terms of where they really are in the formulation. It doesn't smell too strong to me, so that means to me that there's probably not a ton of retinol. Well, you can't have higher than 1% retinol. I feel like I've sounded pretty negative in what I've said about this so far, and I think that's a lot because I don't think it needs to have that fragrance, and I think that idea of making a C and retinol product is just kind of a little on the silly side, especially when there are other forms of C you could have chosen that would be at an optimal pH. So I feel like I saw the results from the retinol. My skin stayed the same way it does with most retinol products. So I think it's a good retinol product. But again, there's just a few things about it that keep me from being able to say that this is one that I highly recommend. It's not one that I would recommend over Drunk Elephant's A Passione, for example. It's just kind of okay. But believe it or not, I actually really like her retinol eye cream. So in terms of the way that eye creams should be formulated, she nailed the leaving out alcohol and leaving out fragrance. Those should never be in an eye cream, and she kept this eye cream free of those. In addition to the claim of retinol, there's also HPR in here, bakuchiol, which sounds like it could be a lot, but I'm feeling like those ingredients work synergistically, and I'm assuming that they are at good levels because I actually used this probably around 24 times in the last 2 weeks. This was a good sample size, and a little goes a long way. The reason I didn't use this 28 times, I really hope some of you understand what I'm about to attempt to explain. So what I found for me with retinols is that in general, my skin is very adjusted to them, and I rarely experience this kind of persistent dryness that can happen with retinols and certainly happened to me in the beginning. That rarely happens to me anymore. Usually my skin is A-okay. When I first started using this on my eyes twice a day, I did start to notice my eyes feeling kind of dry, but they still looked excellent. So I just kind of tapered it down a little bit. There were some mornings where I used a different eye cream, some nights where I went to bed with a different eye cream. Maybe it was 22 times actually. But yeah, I mostly use this morning and night, and I really liked it. I might also be less hard on this because I remember distinctly when this was 50% off at Ulta, and I can stomach $42.50. And I'm a tiny bit mad at myself for not knowing that it was good. If that sale pops up at Ulta again, this will be one that I recommend. And finally, we have her sensitive line. So let's start with the Goat Milk Moisturizing Cleanser. This is actually a fantastic option for, I would say, all skin types, not just sensitive. In fact, Kate, I would rename your sensitive line to gentle because I don't think it's necessarily suited for sensitive skin. I think they're just gentler products. They do say that these are clinically tested to be safe for sensitive skin, but they still contain fragrance, so most likely some amount of people still will not be able to use her products. Now, again, for me, I loved this. It contains manuka honey, it contains goat milk, it is gentle on the skin. It's a very well-rounded cleanser. I also want to mention her goat milk moisturizing cream. This is one that I do not have anymore, but I actually tried probably a year ago, so granted, I'm digging back in my memory here, but I do remember really liking it. The only comment that I have about that one is that it does contain coconut oil, and not everybody can use coconut oil. I've been able to, which kind of shocked me with my acne-prone skin. I thought I would not be able to, but yes, coconut oil works for me. So, even though they're saying that this is safe for sensitive skin, I would tell you to patch test, especially if you have sensitive skin. And again, I would overall say that these are just gentle products, more so than suited for sensitive skin, but they're still some of her most well-done products, in my opinion. Kate, I thought your whole brand was based around goat milk. You should be talking more about these guys. So I want to close out this video with some final thoughts. I feel like this could easily be on my long list of trials where overall I give the brand kind of an in-between review and then make people mad in the comments who say, but your skin looks amazing. Why are you sitting there saying the products are only okay? My ultimate conclusion here. What I think with Kate Somerville is that I don't think this brand is going to get the level of accolade as the ordinary, at least in the skincare groups that I tend to follow, because the prices are high. There's still some fragrance, there's still some irritants, just specific reasons that keep a lot of her products, even if not all of them, from being, a top recommendation from me. Probably not from dermatologists either. That's a guess. Keep in mind, I'm not a dermatologist, but I just think that most dermatologists are not going to say, you better run out and buy Age Arrest because of the telomere research. I think they're going to say, CeraVe is a basic moisturizer, keep using that one, But again, this whole video is only my opinion, only my experience, and I did enjoy some of the products. I did enjoy the results, and I did overall have a good experience with the brand. So if you liked this video, please make sure to give it a like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.